Hello students, this is Mrs. Krepp, and this is a weathering lab that we're going to do, and what we're showing here is how water can weather down rocks. And yesterday I asked you the question, if you were going to do an experiment, what would you do? What would your experiment look like for the different types of rocks or the different types of medium that you would use as an artist for a statue? So that is what we're going to look at. So the first thing that we are going to do is we've got, I'm going to move over here. We've got some rock samples. This is lava rock. This is limestone, and this is sandstone. And so we've got these three specimens here. And then we've got a triple beam balance so that we can measure the mass of the rocks, and we're going to measure the mass of the rocks for about 6 days and see if any weathering occurs as a result of water damage, of water erosion. So we've got this, and then I'm going to come over here and show you we've got our tank that's going to continuously run water over these three specimens for the next 6 days. So we're going to have quite a bit of we should have quite a bit of water erosion. And then of course I've got my table. So the first thing that I'm going to show you here is that we are going to make a table, and you guys as well are going to create a table to put into your CJs. And so we know what we're doing with the triple beam balance. We are measuring mass in grams. So we are measuring mass in grams, okay? So we're going to start this on day 1. This is going to be the mass of this dry specimen. And so as we measure this, we will record in what each sample is. So the first one that we're going to do here is lava rock. And I will show you. We're going to put it on. We'll move the balance all the way over to 0. So you can kind of see, hopefully you can kind of see where we're at. So we are going to start this. Now, I think I've already pre-measured this, and I think this one is at about 30 grams. So I'm going to slide this one over to 30. And then I'm going to slide, so we see this one's at 30. And then I'm going to move this one over. And we're a little under over here. So I'm going to go ahead and tip it back away. So I think it was, so right. This is roughly just about, it's showing its balance. It's almost balanced. I'm going to scooch it over just a smidge more. And now we're getting closer to balanced. So right now we have 30.3 grams. So that's how much this lava rock weighs. Okay. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to write this in day 1, 30.3 grams. Okay. Now, let's do the sandstone. This one is a sandstone. This is going to be really light. And so as I push this up, yeah, the balance is tipped. So we're going to have to go all the way back over here, and I think we're going to have to go to about 10. You cannot see the 10. Let's see if you can see it in there. There's the 10. And so that's a little high. It weighs a little more than that. So I'm going to move this over. I'm going to move that over and see if we're balancing out. Starting to balance out a little bit. And just a little bit. Nope, that's not right. There we go. So right now our mass is almost balanced, and we are so close to 11.7. And so that's where we're going to stay. That's what our sandstone is. This is our sandstone specimen. It's at 11.7 grams. So finally, last one, we're going to measure. We're going to measure this limestone. So put the limestone on the scale. This one is, I think, a little bit heavier. No, this one's actually lighter. So we kept it at 10. So is at 10 point. There we go. That's really close to being balanced. It's almost there. This is at about 10.2, 10.1. This is about 10.1. Okay, so this one's at about 10.1. It's hard to see, it's fuzzy, but it is almost perfectly balanced. So we're going to say this limestone sample is 10.1 grams. So now the thing to do is we've got our little system, and I'll show you. I'll just go ahead and turn this on, plug it in real quick. We're going to plug this thing in. So I'm plugging it in down here, and it's going to start going. The water should start flowing. There we go. And so now we see the water's going to flow continuously over this. Now let's put our stones in. Got our stones right here. All right. So I'm going to put this one in, and I'm going to put that one in, and then I'm going to put that one in. And so there we have it. And so we will, the water will work over these, and we're going to take them out, and we're going to measure them every day and see where we're at. So this will be a quick video, but this is a video setting up the lab, and then we are going to come back in and measure and take our measurements and take our data. So I will see you guys tomorrow morning. I'm afraid to let this drop. Let it go this way. Okay, so tomorrow morning.